The sport of swimming has been around pretty much since there was water, but it was first featured in the 1896 Olympic Games. The goal is to touch the wall first without getting disqualified for using unfair or improper technique. The first important thing involved with swimming is safety. From this video, you can see that I swam on a clear day with lifeguards present. I swam in the lanes designated for lap swimmers and made sure to stay out of the way of the other pool patrons. Still on the topic of safety, it is very important to know how to float on your back and tread water. For treading water, you make wide circles with your arms and make a motion similar to riding a bike, only your legs are spread farther apart. This allows you to keep your head above water for longer periods of time. Floating on your back looks pretty simple, but it can be difficult to keep your legs up. I suggest focusing on thrusting your hips upward and keeping your lungs full for as long as possible before taking a quick breath out and refilling your lungs. This helps you to stay afloat. You can really start swimming though, you need a cap and goggles. The cap reduces the drag from your hair and thus increases speed. The goggles help the swimmer see clearly underwater for increased performance ability. Next, I will demonstrate more advanced skills. The first is the freestyle stroke. In this stroke, a powerful kick composed of the up and down movement of the legs is what propels the stroke forward. Calm and powerful arm movements similar to that of a windmill add some extra power. It is important to take quick and efficient breaths to the opposite side of the stroking arm about every 3 strokes for beginners. Freestyle is generally the first stroke that new swimmers learn. The next stroke is backstroke. This stroke is very similar to freestyle, only it is on your back. The same kick propels the stroke, but the arms are much more precise. Look how my thumb turns as my arm goes perpendicular to the water. The arm forms a slight angle as it pushes hard under the water. Going straight and remembering the floating techniques are also important here. The third of 4 strokes is butterfly, my personal favorite. This stroke is more difficult and involves more core strength. Both arms fly out of the water at the same time in rhythm with a whole body snap. The legs and arms must work in harmony for this stroke. Short breaths involve picking up the head quickly between strokes so that you do not disrupt the rhythm. Last stroke is breaststroke, the most technical. This stroke involves a frog-like kick with bent knees that snap closed. The arms are brought in towards the chest forcefully before shooting out. You breathe every stroke here, but try to keep your head down as much as possible to increase speed. Now that you have the strokes, the dive or entrance into the water is very important. For freestyle, you spring forward from a crouched position, pushing away from the wall with your arms and legs. Once in the water, a few sharp butterfly kicks get you going before you begin the stroke. The backstroke start is a little different. This one focuses on pushing hard off the wall with the legs and arching your back above the water as much as possible. Butterfly kicks on the back push you further before you reach the surface to begin the stroke. The butterfly start is pretty much the same as the freestyle start, except for you butterfly when you reach the surface. Some people like to butterfly kick under the water longer for their butterfly start than their freestyle start. The breaststroke start is different in that it has a component called the pullout. Though there are regulations, almost every swimmer uses a different variation that works for them. I use an arm snap down to my sides before bringing my arms back to streamline with a fast breaststroke kick. The pullout generally takes about half the pool length and then you begin the stroke. The last part of swimming is the turns. A freestyle turn is called a flip turn and is a fast somersault followed by a strong spring off the wall, followed by a few butterfly kicks. A backstroke turn is different in that you need to know how many strokes to take before you get to the wall. This is called your stroke count and is generally decided by how many strokes you need once you reach a line of flags a few meters from the wall. Butterfly and breaststroke turns are very similar. In both, you must touch the wall with 2 hands or you will be disqualified. A butterfly turn is accompanied by more butterfly kicks, while a breaststroke turn has a pull-out following it. If enjoyed right, swimming can be a really fun sport to play and a great way to stay fit.